Hey everyone, it's Alexander, the real Mr. Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and this is my review for Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore, which is the third movie in the Fantastic Beasts series. There's supposedly supposed to be 5 movies total, but after this weekend, I don't think that's actually going to happen. But anyway, this is the third movie in the decreasingly popular Fantastic Beasts series. We once again follow Jude Law, who plays a young Albus Dumbledore, as he once again recruits Newt Scamander, played again by Eddie Redmayne, and several other wizards and witches, and the Muggle, Jacob Kowalski, to try to stop Grindelwald from seizing power. And if you remember in the last movie, Grindelwald was played by Johnny Depp. This time around, he's played by Mads Mikkelsen. And I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. He is infinitely better than Johnny Depp, even if he is just playing Mads Mikkelsen. The Wizarding World as a series really needs no introduction. Everyone knows it, and I've talked about how it's left a huge impact on my life. I love the first 2 Harry Potter books. I love the movies. I love the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios, and I even worked there at some point in my life, even though in this photo right here, I'm dressed in Slytherin robes and not Ravenclaw. So I brought shame to the House of Ravenclaw. Last summer, I actually did a watch-along series for all 8 Harry Potter movies. So I love the Harry Potter stuff. Fantastic Beasts, on the other hand, is a slightly different story. Now, I will still defend that first movie. I think as a standalone movie, if you just watch Newt Scamander going around New York City trying to regain his magical creatures, then it's a lot of fun. The worst parts about that movie when it got into the whole Grindelwald plot, and it just wasn't interesting. And then when you get to the second movie, Crimes of Grindelwald, that is the absolute worst. Back then I called it the Attack of the Clones of Harry Potter films, but now it's turned more into the Rise of Skywalker of Harry Potter movies, because it is just so stupid and so nonsensical that it sometimes infuriates me. And one of the best things I can say about this movie right off the bat is that it's incredibly easy to follow. It's not overly complicated. The plot is very straightforward. It's pretty much Grindelwald making his move to try to rise to power within the Wizarding World. And there's a lot of political subtext within the movie. Some of it is more overtext and in your face than one would think, but you know what? That's been this series in general. For both Harry Potter and Star Wars, there have always been some sort of political subtext. So that's one positive aspect about this movie. Another positive is, surprisingly, Newt Scamander himself. Yeah, when I reviewed Crimes of Grindelwald, I just made a big fuss about how I don't see this guy as a big wizarding hero, and nobody would really trust him because of how awkward he is to try to help bring down the most powerful evil wizard around. And in this movie, he actually does serve a purpose. There's a reason why he's part of this assignment and part of this group. And that's because Grindelwald's big plan involves a very rare magical creature. And I thought, okay, I still don't entirely buy Newt Scamander as a big wizarding hero, but at least he has a reason to be in this adventure. The same cannot be said about Jacob Kowalski, though, who really had no reason to be in any of these movies beyond the first one. The first movie gave him such great closure, and it left the door open to a nice romance between him and Queenie. Then when you get to the second movie, there's no explanation at all at how he regains his memory, and he's just mainly there for comic relief. And he's the same this time around. I don't see the purpose of him being in this group, and Dan Fogler isn't that charismatic, honestly. He worked in the first movie, but as the series goes on, he just gets more and more obnoxious. You do have a few solid cast members throughout this movie. Some of them are returning, like Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore. I always thought that was great casting for a younger Dumbledore. Jessica Williams, who you might remember from The Daily Show when she worked as a correspondent, she's great in this movie. Her character doesn't really have a whole lot to do, but Jessica Williams does add a level of charm to this series that the last movie certainly needed. And I mean, she she's said over and over that she's a huge Harry Potter fan, so I think she was just more than happy to be in this series. And like I said before, Mads Mikkelsen is good as Grindelwald, but he's pretty much playing the same character he plays in every movie that he's in. He does a good job at it, but doesn't really do anything that special. And for those of you who are wondering, Katherine Waterston is in the movie, but she's a cameo. I won't say any more beyond that, but I like the part and the scene that she was involved with. The actress who plays Newt's assistant is charming, and there are a few cute moments involving the magical creatures. Again, it was the best part about the first movie, but everything else is just very lacking. Even though I think this is a better movie than Crimes of Grindelwald, this is the first film within the Wizarding world that really lacks the magic or enjoyment that made the first 8 Harry Potter movies and even the first Fantastic Beasts movies so fun to watch. And we do return to Hogwarts this time around, but for some reason there's no sense of wonder when we visit Hogwarts. Even though I hated Crimes of Grindelwald, I did get goosebumps when we went back to Hogwarts. But this time around it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, we've been here, it's nothing new, so let's... Yeah, it's not doing it for me. And the movie's also too long. There were rumors going around before this movie came out that it was going to be 3 hours, and I just cringed, like, please, God, no. But it's only 2.5. Yeah, only 2.5, and yet it's still too long. There are a lot of scenes in this movie that go on for far too long. You could have easily cut some characters out, and it probably would have been a slicker and more streamlined film. And it probably would have made more money because it could have been shown more times throughout the day. But I don't know. Because of that length and the lack of magic, it just didn't make this movie fun to watch. I did list some positives, and I will say this. The end of the movie was actually very cute. It was sweet, and even though I really didn't enjoy the rest of the movie, the ending did leave me in a positive mood. So because of that alone, and the fact that this is a vast improvement over Crimes of Grindelwald, I'm going to say that Secrets of Dumbledore is a movie you should watch at your own risk. It's not terrible. This is the kind of movie you should wait to see on HBO Max. And I am curious to see if they're going to continue this series. I mean, they've got 2 more left, but considering that this had the lowest opening for a Wizarding World film, I think this series might be dead in the water. And also, considering the type of person that J.K. Rowling has turned into, her nonstop controversies have kind of killed this franchise. I mean, if they were to get rid of her, which would be pretty difficult since she's a producer and the creator of this franchise, I think that would be a minor improvement, but it's hard to say. Time will tell. We'll see what happens within the next coming weeks on what Warner Brothers wants to do, but as of right now, I don't see this series continuing. And there you go, that's my review for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I hope you enjoyed it, and now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there is only one. Hello everyone, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching my review for Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go check out my Twitch channel, and support me on Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.